Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Sophie, I'm coming to you from France, and today I'd like to share with you a process video of a drawing I did in my sketchbook from a photo I took on a walk we did last week. It was this weekend with my husband here in the French Alps. It was really cold, so I could not stop and draw, which I love doing otherwise. But I just took a photo and I drew from the comfort of my studio, in which I'm welcoming you today. Sorry for the mess. So what I've done is that I've included the photo for you to take if you want to take a screenshot of it and use it for future reference. But I've also included the photo while I'm painting, so you can see it and draw along with me. That would be really nice, and I would love to see what you make. I am drawing in this sketchbook, which I love. It's a Ranger Delusion creative journal. I love the square format and that you can have a huge panel if you want, or just use the square panels otherwise. I like to take it with me on my little walks and my outdoor painting sessions, because it has a very hard cover that I can use as a base, but I like to also use it to draw inside, which I'm doing today. So here is the photo, and you can see it's a lovely path that we often take, and it goes up onto the mountain to a village called Montandré. I usually start my drawing with a base of gouache or watercolor and brush markers. I love the Tombos. I will show you the other ones I'm using too. And that's what I'm doing here, placing colors, not being too bothered about details, just placing different colors. And then I will work with colored pencils and neon colors too, and I will share that later in the video. So hope you enjoy, and thank you very much for drawing along with me. So after I finished the first layer, which looks a bit random probably and a bit scary, with watercolor and intense color, graphitined, love these, and also with some markers. So the Tombow markers are my favorite, and also this Ecoline. Where am I? Here. The Ecolines are really good too. Really easy then to work on top of them. So I've used these, and now I have selected my pencils. So I have a selection of greens. I try them on a piece of paper to see how they will look and if they correspond to my photograph. The photograph I've taken on a walk yesterday. So I'm choosing a range of greens from light to dark, and also of grays for the stones and the path. Trying to find something that will match the colors. And so I'm going to start working on doing some marks, some line work on the stones, on the moss. Probably going to use some neo colors, but that's going to be at the last minute, because the problem with the neo colors, if you use them without water, is that it's hard to then use color pencils on top. So I use them last on my drawings, and then I know I'm going to have to do all the marks at the end. So for that, I will probably use this Derwent Light Fast Forest, which is really dark, very dark green, almost brown, almost black, like a charcoal, but it is very, very dark green. I also have some lighter green for the bark. This one is Luminance. It's olive brown, 10%. So I've got a range of them, and I'm gonna try and use them. This can take quite a long time, so I'll probably speed up that part of the process, but that's what I'm going to do. So I found a nice green for the door. It's for the little chapel here, and I'm gonna just put the door, and then I will use some darker gray to show the drawing on that. Okay, let's do this. So let's do the moss on the side. I've got some really cool Luminance here, which are olive yellow and spring green, and I'm going to use them for the top of my stones, mossy stones. So this one is really, really like almost neon. Use a bit of neon on top of this too. The Luminance, they are very creamy, and I love the colors. I really love the colors of the Luminance. They do make me very happy. I am very lucky because I live in a very small town, but our local paper and art shop, it's not really an art shop, but they do have some art supplies, and they ordered some Luminance. I was really happy with that. So I bought myself some for my birthday, which was on the 10th of December, and I treated myself some colors. So it doesn't look like much, but then it should come to life when I add, you know, the dark to separate the different kind of colors and sorry, the different stones. This one is very light. No, it's not the one I want. It's almost yellow. What do I have with this one? This one. Yeah. This is Polychromos Faber-Castell, and this is the light yellow glaze. Really nice. Almost yellow, almost green, but not really. This is a path we walk very often, and every time I'm amazed, and every time I take a picture and my husband says, "You've already taken a picture of this last time." And I said, "It looks different this time." It was actually very cold yesterday. Very, very cold. There was frost everywhere. I'm surprised there wasn't frost on that picture. Can't see the frost on this one. So again, I'm just, you know, placing the colors. So I'm gonna go for a slightly darker one. Which one is that? No, I need a moss green. I have a moss green. Where is it? Moss green. Where are you? Are you moss green? No, you're olive yellow. You are not what I'm searching for. I know I have a mouse green somewhere. I have a mouse green here, but it's a near color, so I'd rather use something else. No. I know I have a mouse green somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Luminance Chromium Oxide Green, which should look quite bright. So you see, as you're adding color, you are creating the 3D aspect of the stones. They're coming to life because of the colors that you're adding. So what I do is that I'm looking at my photo, but I know that I'm not going to do the exact thing that I'm seeing, so I'm just using it as a starting point, not really as, you know, like, not the exact production of what I'm seeing. It's okay. There's a stone here. Okay, and then I have the other side, and I have the path in the middle. So for the path, I'm going to use sorry, make it easy. Some okay, I need some darker gray to mark the stones. So I've got this one. And I've got the fossil grey, which I like very much. It's a bit brownish. Oh, this one looks better, I think. Is it? No, it's not cold enough. Use this one. Yeah. I really need to do some pencil shopping. Don't even know what this. Oh, 200. Oh, it's a warm gray 5. 274. I need this one. I'm gonna write it down. So I'm gonna start making some marks for the stones. Same here, I'm just using my photo reference as a reference. Just to make it look like, just to get inspired, but I'm not, you know, drawing every stone exactly where they are, because it would be a bit silly to do that. So I just mark them and then use different grays to show that they are rocks. Probably were like paved. It was probably like a Roman paved path. It goes all the way up to a nice viewpoint top of the mountain. Trying to show the different volumes. Like here it's going up, you know, like the direction of the earth, and the path goes up. Just using different grays, warmer, colder, leaving some white to make it look a bit more realistic. And here there are all the leaves, so I'm gonna have to work on my leaves. So for that I have different kind of browns. I'm gonna use some raw amber. Let me see. Yeah, I've got different kind of raw ambers and brown. So I've got also some brown ochre would be nice, because I can see some ochre here. It's almost pink, isn't it? Some of the leaves. So same thing, I'm gonna just add some blobs. Highlight the leaves. Just make it, just trying to render the messiness of it. Just having fun, doing marks. Probably a bit of this color, which I love, which is very autumnal. It is called Caput Mortuum. Ooh. And it's really like the perfect reddish brown for autumn and leaves. So going back to my ochre. So leaving some ochre marks here. It's maybe more like an impression, like the impressionists would do, although I am not an impressionist at all. Wish I could be, but it's more like you understand that there are some leaves on the floor and that there are fallen leaves, that there's moss. Your eyes understand. Okay. So this is Payne's Gray. I never use black. Never ever use black. Unless I use it for animal noses and stuff like that, eyes, but otherwise I would very rarely use black or gray. Payne's Gray is cool. Sometimes for shadows I use dark indigo, which is really cool too. So it's like a black without being black. Okay, let's do the trees now in the background. Okay, so I've got some oak here, and let's do some trees. Are really hard to do. So it's just a messy, there's so many trees. So I'm just going to use different colors, lighter, darker, just to keep the impression of trees. No, it's too green. Okay, my son is doing his workout, so you're probably gonna hear his music in the background. Oh, that's okay. He loves doing his workout. He's a sporty one. I'm very lucky. Okay, so you have to give the impression that the trees are far, so I don't want them to be too dark. This is, I think they are barks. Beautiful, clear trunks. Lighter oak, which is like almost green, greeny brown. There are some poplars too. I don't know if they're poplars. Birch, and they're white, so we're gonna add white afterwards. Okay, there's some trees here too. Which one is oak? There's a dark one here, which has some kind of white moss on. It's a big trunk, and it divides into two parts. It's getting dark outside, so I'm using my desk lamps. And where's my white? Ah, it's in my hand. Oh, I like that. I like that. Don't know if you can see it, but it's actually quite nice. Sometimes, you know, things happen, happy accidents. You just don't know what you're doing, and then it looks good, and you don't know why, but it's okay. No, that's because I've used the color pencil, and then I've used the white neocolor, and I've made some mark underneath, so it does look like bark, which is really cool. Because tree is really hard to make, to represent.